Hey guys, Colby here. Welcome back to another raid video. We're gonna go over Amius today. I've beaten the boss, although I don't think I'll be able to replicate my success in there. It seems there's a lot of RNG with this specific boss, and if you have some champions, it makes things easier. Before we get on to that though, before I show you guys the team I've beaten it, let's go and see the team that has cleared it in this is not the team I used, but cleared it in 2 turns, right? We click on best teams, click on global rankings, you'll see Tainted Hell over there in the top with 2 turns clearing the boss. It's nuts, right? I was looking at it, I was thinking, okay, what is happening? It's basically all the blessings together making this an insane comp first, right? Fushan does a lot of damage with his A1 skill, and on top of that, it's a 25% chance to do extra damage. So Ghostborn with a 6-star blessing to do to reduce the boss's defense, and then guaranteed defense down, increase attack. Then we have the Longbeard ally attack skill, which also boosts up your default skill damage by 20%. The Turvold goes next, who hits the boss and does a weaken as well with his A1. And then the 2 Fushans go in there with the what's it called, the Crushing Rend blessing, and Fushan has that 25% chance on his A1. So what Tainted Halo did there is basically he repeated the run over and over until he got the lucky RNG, where the Fushans would hit multiple times, right? The Fushans would hit multiple times and take down the boss. So that was his team. To do all that, it's pretty cool that all of this is possible. If you do have the 6-star, blessings, it's doable. Not everybody has all of this, by the way, all the blessings. If you do have them, it helps a lot. Crushing Rend, 1% defense ignore per 10 levels. So if you're hitting an enemy that's level 350, boom, there we go. Easy as that. Crazy team. My team was not crazy as that, all right? Many teams out there did what I did very similarly, okay? I think the closest one to my team is not this one with Farrakhan. I'm not sure how Farrakhan plays a role in this team. I mean, he does do an HP burn, but is that all? I don't know. I really want to get the guy we get from referrals, but I'm too lazy with my referrals to be honest. So this was my team, guys. Nishak, Seal, Python, and my Cold Heart. I used my 3rd Cold Heart, not the one I have with the highest awakening, because I didn't want to mess with her build. Although now that I'm thinking about it, if I had to repeat the boss multiple times, I would probably use my highest awakening heroes. So let's go in there, guys. I'll show you the boss and how it looks, how I went about beating this one. But it's a lot of RNG, and my problem with the RNG is the critical strikes by the boss. The boss has 50% chance to critical strike, so there's no way to reduce that completely. No way. Ally Protect, I tried with Ally Protect comps. It does work to a certain extent. Your stats need to be very high again, and the runs were very much longer than that. I found success with this one the one time, and I couldn't really repeat it again. I think it's just a series of RNG happening. But let me just explain on how the boss works. Form number 1, this first form, the way that it works is that when the buffs on when there's any debuffs on the boss, those become debuffs. Okay, so decreased attack becomes increased attack, block buffs becomes block debuffs. It's written right here. So what you want here is to not apply debuffs on the boss until he uses this one. No debuffs that do changes to his base stats. Poisons, HP burns, brimstone still works fine. Okay, so you can still go about debuffing him as much as you want. So here, the default thing by the boss would be will be that he'll use his A3. And when I'm using Python here, I use the block debuff. So when he uses the A3, I don't get stunned, so I don't lose a turn here. Then I have a turn with my Nishak. We'll go in there, apply some bombs. A1. I didn't do his A3 because that gives me an extra turn. I want to wait out a little bit on that one. And then we can do poisons on Mithrala, but what I'll do is I'll do the Hex. What I need now is the heal reduction by Cold Heart. Hopefully she lands it with the A1. There it is. 2 turns duration. Usually it's 3 if you get the lucky mastery. Talking about masteries, the cycle of magic mastery will screw you over, guys, in this one. It's just a 5% chance. It's gonna wipe you. when we go to the next form, but I'll explain that in a bit. So this is the boss. He heals a lot, that's why you need the heal reduction. The A2 heals a lot based on the number of debuffs he has, so he'll use this and go like to 50% turn meter, but it's fine. Honestly, it's not that much of a problem for us because he'll get all that turn meter. It's okay, really. Doesn't affect the run that much, I will say. So next up, we have Nishak. I could use his A2 here to try and get the decrease attack going. I think decrease attack is very crucial for this boss when he goes to the other form. We have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 debuffs at the moment. Can't do the heal reduction, but it's fine. He was gonna change forms anyway. The next 2 turns. So, all right. I guess it's all right. So we're waiting now on the boss to change his forms just to show you guys on what happens. So on his turn now, he'll change forms, and depending on the number of buffs now that you have, he'll do the inverse, the same way that happened before. If you've got an increased attack, he'll make it a decreased attack. If you got an increased defense, he'll make it a decreased defense. And the RNG comes in on whether you're going to survive this or not. So not gonna do any buffs right now, waiting him for to change forms. He's gonna hit my cold heart now for insane amounts of damage. He did his A3 and A2 now. I'm not sure when he does that, because right now I had 0 buffs, but he chose to do it. Other times I'll have 0 buffs and he'll do his A1. I only had 2 buffs where he could change the increased defense and the increased speed, where you saw these changing. So it's weird on how this works. So here I'm gonna do the A3, then A2 to apply the decreased attack on the boss. 2 turns duration, that's nice. 2 turns until he switches forms. So after he uses his 2 skills here, you're basically okay. You're gonna get hit by a single target skill that does insane amounts of damage, but there's no way around it. You cannot use shields to protect yourself from it. Buffs help you a little bit to survive through Pythion, but yeah, look at that. Look at how much damage you get. If that wasn't a crit, I would have been in a little bit of a better situation, but it was. So boss starts hitting me for crazy amounts of damage. I'll do a revive now. And basically this is the rotation of things that you gotta do. You gotta worry about phase 1, worry about phase 2. If things go too crazy, you gotta just restart. And that's the way to go. Even with Ally Protect, I've tried. It gets crazy in terms of the damage that the boss does. The higher awakenings you have, the easier it is. But it's not that easy. I mean, getting the correct awakenings and the correct champions is not right. So here I should have done the A2 on Pythion. It's fine though. We're just starting out. The order of skills that you're doing doesn't really play much of a role. I tried multiple different variations of like the starting order. Doesn't matter much in the end. Like if the heal reduction doesn't land because it's RNG from Cold Heart, he's gonna heal by a ton. So here he changes, and now with all the buffs available, he couldn't change them. So he used his A1, which basically makes him do this insane rotation of skills and kill everything really. Even Pythion, he kills him in a one shot. Because he ignores defense, and I don't have a blessing for my Pythion. So I would do this over and over until I got it. And once you get it once, it's fine. You don't have to repeat the boss. I think for end game players, this is enjoyable to try and beat the boss. For mid game players, I would say this boss is gonna be frustrating because you're gonna blame everything and not having the awakenings, not having the champions, not being able to beat it. But again, I think it's totally fine because eventually you'll pick up the mythical champion, guys. Everybody can pick up the mythical. It's more so about the time you spend on how many stages you can clear. If you can clear Amius, you get lots of candles. You get like 25 candles, I believe. And if not, then it's gonna take you a long time. But for the people who clear the whole thing, it's going to take them 5 months, which is the quickest way to pick up the mythical. But there's no rush. The mythical looks great. I think the problem will be just booking up the mythical. You're going to need lots of mythical books, which again, that's going to take a long time. And some rotations will be probably easier than others. So this is the team that I use, guys. It's just nuts trying to replicate it over and over again. I think you'll find more consistency if you don't use Nishak. There's other champions that you can try. Dark Hill I've tried before. Again, higher awakenings equal to, you know, just better better results by the end. So here I'm gonna block debuffs. I found Dark Hill is very similar to Nishak. Okay, but my Dark Hill is built for Dragon, so he's built in a stone skin, and I don't want to remove that just for this boss, so that's why I didn't try Dark Hill. But they do basically the same thing. It's poisons. The poisons are not protected though from Dark Hill. So here the boss is going to do his A3 now. He didn't do it before, which is interesting. So what I want to do now is probably this. Just give us more shield so the boss hits on the shield instead of on my health. That block debuffs. Now more poisons. I could do this, extend the duration of the debuffs. Then Q reduction. The boss is at 75%, but that doesn't really matter. Next turn he's taking and it's gonna be nasty. All right, let's see. More poisons. Let's activate some of those. Now let's see if we can extend the heal. All right, we did. Now if I do my A2, the boss will use his A3 and then his A2. Let's see, A3 and A2 now instead of his nasty A1. There we go. He hits me. I get hit for a nice crit there, but I have my cleanse. There's the heal reduction. Not that it helps, because now the boss will hit me for I don't know how much on Cold Heart, and that's gonna be a lot of damage on me. If I had decreased attack, maybe that would have helped a little bit. Oh, he hit Dark Hill this time. All right, interesting. We've got the heal reduction on, so that helped. Cool. So getting an extension on your heal reduction with 3 turns because of your masteries, that helps. Getting you know, the 3-turn decrease attack helps. You should try to avoid having the decrease attack when this form is on, because he's going to turn it into an increase attack. And if you don't have a way to remove buffs, you are screwed. Better, you know, try the run again. Honestly, now he's going to stun the whole team. Resist the stun there, but it's fine. It's fine. Let's do some shields on us. The boss is now healing, by the way. Another reason why you need the heal reduction. Let's do the A2 now. That applies poison also. You guys didn't know. From Cold Heart. And then I think I'm gonna go with the decrease attack there on the boss. We'll see how this goes when he changes forms. He should do his A3 and A2 now. I think it's based on the number of buffs that you have, but I haven't been able to replicate it. Like, how many buffs does he need to switch around? 2? That's what he did now. 2 buffs. 3? 4 for sure he does it. Sometimes though he'll do his A1. I think when there's a target that he can kill, like a killable, the calculations behind the A1 damage go through, and it's like, oh, I'm gonna kill the Cold Heart now if I use it. He does it. But yeah, it's interesting. I think now I could do just more buffs on the team that gives me like 10% damage reduction. I think if I had lifesteal set on the Cold Heart, that would have been interesting to get her to be, you know, healthier. More buffs there. This should allow me to survive. Look at that. It allowed me to survive there. You know that hit there that he got, that was a cycle of magic, but I survived because of just the sheer number of buffs that I had. All right, let's do the A1. Trala, don't die. Need a heal reduction. There it is. Okay. Some poisons too. All right. 2 turns, the boss changes form. And now I need to land the heal reduction on Cold Heart. If she ever gets a turn. There it is. Okay, that helps. Now I could have done the A2, but I'm not gonna do it. All right, and now gonna try and do heal reduction. Didn't land it, so this will go away, and then his heal will basically bring him back to 60%. So this is like RNG with Cold Heart hitting her. Oh, we extended it with Dark Hill. Look at that. Okay, we're gonna get hit by the boss A2. All right, we survived. Okay, that was interesting. All right, looking better than what I thought. So now I'm gonna spam all the buffs I have, so I can the more buffs I have, the easier it is for me to survive. Okay, that wasn't enough. Even Python drops after a while. That's crazy. Yeah, that didn't help. There's the big damage there. I need to revive my Python, who then will revive my rest of the team. And basically this would be the team that I would use to clear it. Because as you saw, it definitely works with Dark Hell. You don't need Nishak. It's just that that's the team I used for when I cleared it the first time. So here, heal reduction. Let's see, the boss is gonna hit us now. It's gonna suck. Could do the increased defense. Let's see if they're protected. Protected increased attack. Not enough. Still gonna get wrecked. Oof. All right. Oh, the boss is so low. It's not gonna be enough because the boss is gonna heal by so much next. Look at how much damage he does. Oh my Python, that was so close. Can I do it? No, I can't. He'll use A2 and that's gonna be it. Oh, maybe. Oh, no, he used his A1. That was so close. Guys, this is the team that you guys could try to repeat things. Let me show you guys the gear a little bit, but it's a lot of RNG. You see, with getting the extension on the heal reduction, I could sit here and spam this team for hours, but that's what you need to do. So my Mithrala was built in full protection for the buffs to be protected a little bit. Gets extra speed and health, 300 speed, 320 actually, pretty fast. My stats here, accuracy and resistance, are low. You need them to be about 650 in total to be resisting the boss's debuffs. My Python is built like crap with a mixture of sets. Look at that. He's got a stone skin item. He's got immortal bolster. Bolster helps him with just getting heals. I tried with high resist, but I think I need to boost his health higher so that he's not built with resist, so that he heals more through his A1. Then I had Seal of the Drakes in Relentless. And basically lots of health to not get hit, so that she's tanky a little bit. Her speed doesn't really matter. She's just there. When she gets a turn, she heals everybody. She cannot apply debuffs. All right. And the heal that she does, it's based on their max health, so it doesn't really matter. But her health needs to still be high enough that she doesn't get targeted and killed throughout the fight. And then, like, I'll give you an example of my Nishak. Then I had him in region. The actual run that I beat it, he wasn't in region. He was just in Relentless. Didn't really play much of a role really in the run. But overall, you need about 400 accuracy. And then you get the 70 from Mithrala. And then 250-ish speed is fine. And then try to get as much health as possible so he doesn't really die. If you can, if you're able to push his health. And it's the same thing on the Cold Heart. You go with the Cold Heart, you try to push her health as much as possible. Look at that, 57,000 health. I just couldn't push her health more than that. Health on everything. Maybe not the ring. The ring I could have maybe tried to push there. How much health would I have gotten there? I try to push it more. Not sure. Yeah, like 3,000. Yeah, still wasn't gonna be enough. Your accuracy needs to be again at around 400, so you get the extra from Mithrala. And then with Dark Hill, because that was like the closer run that you saw, he could have had higher health here, lower defense. Defense doesn't play much of a role in sense of damage that you take. But I was running this guy in Stone Skin because that's the build I use for my dragon team. So this was the video, guys. Amius is such a pain in the Amius. Yeah, that's about it, guys. I'm gonna use my keys, the remaining keys I have to push through. My aim is to go on Soul Cross and try to beat that in the near future. These, I think, are gonna be challenging and video worthy for you guys. But until then, that's it from me. Thank you all. I'll see you in the next one. See ya.